Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Jaya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Jaya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Jaya.
Every day, at every opportunity I get, to everyone I meet, that God is the goal of life. We are here in human form. There'll be obstacles like this. When you walk in the path, even the gods themselves will put obstacles in the path. So God is the goal of everybody's life. Whether you know it or not, whether you are aware of it or not, it is the truth. God has given you the human form only to remember. He has given you the brain. He has separated the humans from the animals only with the sense of discrimination. So this discrimination must tell you, must show you there is a huge masterly intelligence at work all the time. The very construction of the cosmos in your very breath. Everything in the cosmos shows order and harmony. The sun, so regular, it comes up every day in the morning, disappears, leaves. The moon, the seasons, nature, everything about it. How the children, the babies, and then the children, and then the boys and girls, and then the middle age, and then the old being. There is order in everything. So everything about life points to this. There is a supreme power which has created the whole cosmos, which includes you and me. And He is manifest everywhere, in everything. Everything points out. Like you said, a worm, an ant has intelligence and consciousness, it goes after its food. The animals, they know exactly. When they feel hungry, they will go in search of food and they will know exactly where it is. And after they are satisfied, they will not go after it. Only man is greedy. And even after he earns enough, he'll go after more. The sense of discrimination that's given to us to remember God, to uplift ourselves to our original level, is misused by man in indulging his own desires. That's okay, it cannot be helped, because God has put the ego, God has put the desires in us, God has put the spectrum of all emotions. You get angry helplessly. You get sorrow because you do not know what it comes naturally. Everything is very natural. What we go through at our level, it is very natural. But at some point in life, something would happen when you have to turn to God, and then you begin to understand what is called grace. Once you come into contact with grace, after that, you begin to recognize that you are already in the path. Until then, I used to tell everyone that everybody is a sadhak. Whether you know it or not, at whatever level you are, in whatever walk of life you are a sadhak. God has put you. You know, Yogi Ramsuratkumar used to say, wherever God has put us, That is the best place where we should be. That is the best that could happen to us. We always think, okay, had my father done this, I would have been a millionaire today. Had my mother done this, I would have been a different person. Had I been here, things would have been different. We always imagine a better alternative, but it is not so. Wherever you are, whatever situation you find yourself in, that is being done by the Supreme Will, and that is the best that could happen to you at that moment. This is what Yogi Ramsuratkumar was insisting all the time. All the time he would say, whatever happens is the best that can happen to you at any moment. There is no better alternative. So why is it then we struggle and we get suffering after suffering after suffering? Because we do not know the true purpose of life. And we don't turn towards God. Now again and again I repeat, Yogi Ramsuratkumar said, remembering God is dharma. Forgetting God is adharma. So when you forget God, why? Because it is the very purpose for which you have been made. Your very life is given to you only to remember Him. To remember the one who has put the life in you in the first place and who is running your life with all its details. So until you are made aware of this fact, things and situations will happen to you again and again and again. At one point, you will helplessly seek God, and after that, things will begin to change. Whether you are a householder given to worldly life, or you are a sadhak in the path, for both, the situation where they have been put, it's the best for them to get a push towards God, to move on towards God. So knowing that, what we should do is accept life as it is given to us. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. And in acceptance lies our surrender. Think that everything is being done by God and everything is given to you by Him, and it is for your spiritual growth. When you know that there is a huge grace in that, because it's meant for your spiritual growth, you'll be able to accept things easily. The minute the man comes to know that there is a profit in it for him, he will be able to accept it. He will be able to accept any agony, any suffering. And what is the profit? God has put grace to turn us towards Him. So we have to remember this. And Yogi Ramsuratkumar gave only 2 simple prescriptions for that. One is, remembering the name is the easiest and the highest way of remembering God. And he said, the more selfish you are, the farther away you are from God. The more selfless you are, or less selfish you become, to that extent you become spiritual. Your devotion to God or your practices, spiritual practices, must reflect in your behavior, in your relationships with people, in your surroundings, in your at least immediate surroundings. You are a sadhak, you have devotion to God, it must express itself in harmony in all your relationships, in your expression of love towards people, in your way of acceptance of things. So, the whole system is constructed in such a way that Everything about life should remind you of God. That's why I'm saying, you just look around. We look for miracles, but everything is a miracle about life. Like I said, the air, we breathe so freely. We are not being charged for it by God. Oxygen is so freely available that everybody takes it as much as he wants, as much as he can. Water is available. Fire is available. Place is available. God has given you everything. He has made your life comfortable so that you will know that it's being given by Him, and then you will remember. Like I said, when you see a bird flying high in the sky, how is it possible? The very structure of the bird is a wonder. The way it flies is a wonder, it's a miracle. The way it lives is a miracle. Everything, you see a tree, the way it grows. As you said, the soil, and you put little water, the sunlight, the whole thing becomes a shoot, a sapling. And then a tree comes out of it, and then the fruits and flowers, varieties, such beauty, such varieties. Isn't that a wonder? Isn't that a miracle? Everything about life is a miracle. And everything that you see and hear, see the waves, you hear that. If you think that the cry of a peacock is jarring, it is jarring. If you think that it's music, it's music. It all depends upon how you look at it. So what matters in life is one's attitude to life. Like I said, very breathing, the very breath is put there, the very life is given to us by God. So the breath, you just close your eyes and look at the breath. What a miracle. I don't know, I keep wondering all the time. What structure? And what rhythm? From the depths of your being, the breath starts. And it goes and sustains the whole body, and then it subsides, and immediately the next one starts. And as long as the breath is there, you're going to be alive. And as long as you're alive, the sense of ego self is there. I. So naturally they ask, who am I? Who am I? This I. So, the very breath, just see the structure of your eyes. But the eyes themselves cannot see. There must be someone inside who will give the power of seeing, and so the eyes see. When the life breath stops, the eyes would still be there, and the eyes may be open, but there will be no vision. The ears would still be there, the very structure is still there, but the one who gave the power of hearing has left. So the ears are there, but they cannot hear. Everything is there. So the very animation is being done by God from within. So that itself, the way the body works, and the way you walk. When you walk freely, you will know what a miracle it is only when something goes wrong with your legs. Say some knee pain, or you meet with an accident, you are unable to walk, and then you would know what a miracle, what a comfort it has been, what freedom it has been to you. Given by God so freely, which you never appreciated, which you took for granted. As though it is your right to be able to walk. But it's there, given by God, so that you can carry yourself around freely. When something goes wrong with the hand, you will know. When the hands were right, they were in their place and they were able to do so much work, and you enjoyed having the hands. You took it for granted. You never thought even once that God has given you that the privilege of the hands. Only when something goes wrong with the hand you would know. One of them, the left hand or the right hand, you would know. Oh God. All this while I have been enjoying good health by the grace of God. And without any bill, without any charges for that. So, everything about your inside and outside tells you about the glory of God, the miracle of life. And this miracle of life is there only to remind you the glory of God. So everything speaks loudly of the glory of God, the miracle that's being effected by God every second of your life. And of course, there are other miracles. After the life leaves the body, there are other worlds you come across. And it will be more and more and more miracles. So why has this happened? To make us remember. The eyes are given so that you see the glory of God around. The miracle that's being effected all the time by the invisible intelligence, the master of the universe. The ears are given so that you hear His voice, His secret voice, in the cries of the bird, in all the cacophony of noise. As I said, one day the music director was there, and there were some singers, good singers, and there was such beautiful singing going on. It was the evening. So Yogi Ji and all of us were enjoying the music, and then there was this little silence after that. And suddenly out of nowhere, a crow cried out. It was jarring. After the beautiful music and after the beautiful silence, tearing through the silence, this horrid noise, the cry of a bird, which did not seem to have any rhythm or sweetness about it. And all of us were startled into awareness. And then Yogi Ramsuratkumar burst out laughing and said, "See, that's the music of God. How beautiful." You're the only one who said that. How beautiful the music of God, the song of God. So when you see the beauty of God in the most beautiful things which appeal to you, it must lead you to see Him even in the ugly. For Him it is music. Why? Because in the cry of the bird, he heard the secret voice of God. In the beauty of the flowers, in the beauty of the nature around, the secret beauty of God. When you look at me, one can see the secret gaze of God. The eyes of people must remind you of the secret gaze of God behind those looks. Everything. So you should know that the very human form is given to you only to remember God. And whether you know it or not, whether you practice or not, you are already a sadhak. Why? Your very life has been designed specifically and specially by God in order to remember Him. And if you don't remember, He will give you a slap or two and make you remember, make you aware of it soon enough. This will happen. So that, and also know that the divine is within you and He has put the life in you, and because of this life this machine is working, and therefore you are nothing but a machine being operated by God all the time. So you must know and be grateful to God for this being operative. Anything can go wrong anytime. And that's when you know that you've enjoyed the freedom, the perfection there by God. So you have to be grateful for all the grace that you receive. And then slowly you will find that everything is grace. Like Bhagavan Yogi Ramsuratkumar was living in the streets. He was living in the streets, and sometimes some devotee would invite him and give him a sumptuous meal. And after the 3 days, 4 days, he would not get a morsel of food. When he got the food, it was the grace of Father. When he did not get food for 3 days, 4 days, and he was simply starving, it was still the grace of Father. Father's grace. This beggar did not get any food. He would say that, and ask happily. He would not get a single cup of tea for 3 days, 4 days. He would say, Devaki, by Father's grace, this beggar did not get anything to eat. Father wanted this beggar to go starving, so it happened. It's all right. Whatever happens is all right. Why? It happens by Father's will. And Father's will is perfect. So what happens? You stop complaining about life. Whatever happens is perfect, and whatever happens is grace. When grace was flowing in the way you understood, everything was working all right, you had your health, you had your wealth, you had no complaints about life, but you never recognized the grace behind it. Now a time will come, a situation will come when you will be forced to think of God. You will be forced to know your own helplessness. You cannot do a thing about a situation when it happens. You have to turn to God in it. And then you begin to see grace. And then you become more and more sensitive to grace. And finally you begin to recognize grace everywhere, in everything. So, a person who is advancing well in the spiritual path will be able to recognize grace in everything. No matter what happens, he will only say grace, and he will be grateful. So this gratitude, the sense of gratitude, and being able to see grace, only grace in everything, no matter what happens. What is the logic? Because everything happens only by His will, and He is so perfect, and He is our well-wisher, so He would not give something untoward. He would not give us something which does not have grace. Anything that comes from Him can only be grace. And He is running our lives. So the minute you accept something, the grace will enter you and you will feel a strange peace, and strangely, this very peace that you feel will invite good things from outside. The negative suffering will begin to fade into the background and good things will come forward. Have you seen that when you feel very negative about things, you will be inviting only negative things. More and more negative things will be happening to you, one after the other. But the minute you think, okay, even this is only God's grace, this is given to me by God, so I have to see it as grace. This is only a blessing to me in disguise. And then very soon you will be able to feel, you will be able to know how the whole thing is a grace. If nothing else, you will get wisdom out of it. And that wisdom gives you spiritual growth. Because your very life is designed to give you spiritual growth, to advance in the path. So we will have to remember that God is the goal of life, and everything about life is only grace. And wherever we are, in whatever situation we have been put, that is the best that could happen to us at any moment, and that has been done by God, and therefore it is grace. So I have no complaints about life. Do not grumble. Do not resent. Do not resent anything. Do not grumble. So Bhagavan used to make us sing a song, Kurai Vandrum Illai Marai Mothu Kanna. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. Why? You are there to give me what I need. I have to breathe, you have given me already air. I feel thirsty, you have already given me water. When I eat to eat, you have given me fire so that I could cook and eat. You have given me everything already. So whatever I need, you are there to give me whatever I need. So I need nothing else. I need only you. But you are there to give me what I need. They say, the Shirdi Baba used to say, that this fakir will give you whatever you want until you learn to want what this fakir wants you to want. The beginning you ask for this and that, and then God keeps on giving so that you grow in faith. And after that, when the faith takes over, there comes a state of relaxation, and then you will begin to think, okay, he will take care, he will take care, he will do everything. So, this faith. So there is only God everywhere. In fact, the ultimate truth is Father alone exists, there is nothing else, no one else. And Raman Maharishi says there is only self, there are no others. When all of us are sitting together with our own mindset, Raman Maharishi says there are no others. And Yogi Ramsuratkumar says Father alone exists, there is nothing else now. So what could it mean? When Father alone exists, it means He alone exists in all of us, and He is playing the role of each of us. So together we are one being. Here He has put on this costume and He is called Chetan. Here He has put on this costume and He is called Atmaraj. He has put on varied costumes. This costume is called Stephen. There are the varied costumes worn by the same being, God. God is doing your role. As I said, it is He who has put the breath there. It is He who is sustaining your breath. It is He who is running your life. So He alone exists. He is doing the role play. So knowing it, you have to understand that this ego, I am so and so. And I have this body, my parents, my country, my religion. This is only an instrument. So when you live in the ego self, this becomes an instrument. When you know that the ego self is only a myth, you are the master of the universe. The whole creation has come out of you. So it's all one being. See, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, whenever he came across a huge crowd, he would go into ecstasy. Because the whole, millions of people, it's one being. It is that one huge being. He would see only the Brahman, all that. And he would be overpowered by the feeling. And he would go into samadhi. So there are so many of us now. So the same God is wearing so many costumes. He's wearing the costume of a lady here, wearing the costume of a man. And of course if the mosquito comes here, he's wearing the costume of a mosquito and busy biting everyone. Why? As mosquito, that is his dharma. The mosquito is doing it dharma. The scorpion will sting. So the wicked people, it is he. It is he who is playing the role of ISIS, doing all these atrocities. It's he. He was Hitler, hitting everyone around. See, in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Arjuna, I am all of you. I am your brother, Dharmaputra, the one who is very righteous, who cannot do adharma. And I am also Duryodhana. It is I playing the role of Duryodhana. I am responsible for this war. Though I have not taken up any weapon, I have already killed all these people. So the minute you put your arrow, they will fall down, they will fall dead. Their death is already assured. Why I have killed them already? I have willed it, which means I have already willed that they should die. I am Duryodhana. I am Shakuni, the one who conspires all the time. I am Shakuni. I am playing the role of Shakuni. In Ramayana, I was also Kaikeyi. Through Kaikeyi, I played that role. I was responsible for Ramayana. The people saw me only in Rama, visibly. Invisibly, I was playing all these characters. So it's a huge, eternal drama going on, where the hero is God, the heroine is God, the villain is God, all the sub-characters are God, the stage is God himself, the audience also he. So Father alone exists, there is nothing else known. So it's this idea, okay, he alone, everything is he. If you look at it as subject, everything is he. If you look at it as an object, everything is his. Since we all have this ego, very active ego, we have to know that we are his. You are his. Your wife is his. Your children are his. Your office is his. Though you have a boss in the office, he is your immediate boss, but you have the true boss of your office is he. So the work that you do, you are answerable to him. He is watching you every second. So the work that you do sitting in the chair, in the company, is seva to Bhagavan. You have to know it and practice it. Because you yourself are an instrument. You have not put the breath there. The life has been given to you. So this body with its life belongs to the one who gave it. And the whole cosmos has come out of him, so the whole cosmos is his. And your company is also included in the cosmos. Your boss is also included. So it is he. See, one day, the dining hall, the devotees were coming and eating, that was fine. and new people were coming and eating, that was fine because they were getting to know Bhagwan. And then there were people who would come only for eating. They wouldn't even come this side, they would go straight there and wait. And they would be the first ones standing in the queue. The devotees would take time and then come and join the queue, and by the time the devotees got to eat, there would be very few items left. This was happening again and again and again. So the administration thought about it, and then they said, okay, we should not allow those people who come straight to the dining hall. This is not a place, not a hotel. This is not a chatra where free food is available. This is meant for the devotees, an ashram meant for the devotees. So they qualified it. They said one should be a devotee, one should be interested in Bhagwan, and then they should go to the mandir and then come to the dining hall. So this was going on in my mind. I was thinking, what is the qualification for eating? I was thinking that one should be hungry, that feeling hunger is enough qualification, and we should give them food because they have come here already. Even if they don't come to worship God, they have come expecting food. So we have to give. So this created a conflict, and I was thinking, my God, what is this? What is this? How right is this? And one day, as I was serving food, and I was thinking very deeply about it, and looked up, and I saw Yogi Ramsuratkumar seated in every place eating. The drunkard, Yogi Ramsuratkumar was seated in the form of the drunkard, and he was eating. The drivers, auto drivers were sitting and eating, and they all looked. It was he eating through the mouths of all these people. So you see, it is one being. You see here the photos. It's the same Yogi Ramsuratkumar in different poses, in different backgrounds. In one, Yogi Ramsuratkumar is so young and he is standing in the fields. In the other, he is standing in a temple. They all look very different. No two photos look alike. But we know it is he in every photograph. You have to extend it a little further. Whether you are from China or Japan or Russia or Europe or America, South America or Australia or Alaska, it is he playing those roles. It is one God, the one that has become the many. He is playing, so everyone is your brother. So the minute you think you are the ego self, everyone is only an instrument. The minute you see the one in all, only he exists. But the minute you see yourself as the ego self, every ego self is only an instrument in a sense. So one day I asked Bhagwan, God is working through you, and the same God is working through all of us. Then why is there the difference? That you are a great soul, you are a Mahatma, you are being worshipped by people. And we are still worshippers. Whereas you are the object of worship. The same God is playing, working through all of us. So what is the difference? Then Bhagwan said, in this beggar, God works directly. There is no ego. There is no sense of individuality. There is no ego. So God works directly. Whereas in all the other people, God works. It is the same God, it is the same divine will, but it works through their egos. So through your ego also, whatever comes is from him, from the source. Your very thinking comes from the source. The words come from the source. You have to know it, you have to think. If you do not know it, you have to imagine in the first place until the imagination becomes real to you. So all your thinking comes from the source inside, your words. So you have to be aware that there is ego, so you cannot do anything about it, but remember this ego is an instrument. That everything that comes through you is from him. Rather, he is working through you. So what you have to do is to remember. Be aware, God, I am only an instrument in your hands. All my thinking has come from you. So I am offering them to you. Since I think that I am thinking, I am offering it to you. All my words, be it good or bad, they come from you. Since I think that I am talking, I am offering them to you. And all my actions are being done by you through me. But I don't remember that. I think that I am doing. So I am offering all my doings to you. Because they originally belong to you. I am just returning them. I am offering them. So you have to remember God by remembering His name, by remembering His Leela, and you have to remember that you are only an instrument, and this the selfishness is from ego. The ego is a myth. The ego has to die. It's no use. The body dies, that we see. We know what death is. Only the body. It's a death to the body. But one day, the death to the mind will happen. When the mind dies, the ego dies, and there will be no more sense of individuality. You become a cosmic being. And when you become a cosmic being, the whole cosmos is your body. Like when when an ant bites somewhere, you cannot see, but you know exactly where it is, and you take your hand to that to relieve yourself. So in the cosmos, no matter where it happens, they will know. The whole cosmos becomes their body. And immediately they rush to that spot to help. Like your hand goes there to relieve yourself. Their mind, they have an Vaste mind, they have mind in name, and they are able to help. So all of us have to become cosmic beings one day or the other. That is our destination. Now let us at least know that our lives are being run by Him, and our thinking comes from Him, our words come from Him, our actions come from Him. He is running this instrument. We are only puppets in the hands of the divine puppeteer, and we act as He wants us to act. Knowing it, help generously without any expectations, and while helping, know that He is helping. He is helping Himself and the other person. So it is seva to Him. So any help without expectations, done in the bhavana of seva to Bhagavan, is highly spiritual, and you will grow very fast. So remembering God and helping people without any expectation will be the best sadhana that we can do at our level. When we have an individual ego, and when we have to live in this world, interacting with situations and people all the time, let us remember we are only instruments in the hands of God, and He is running our lives, and therefore we have to become less and less selfish and help more generously without any expectations, knowing that it is He who is really doing it.